Something exciting.
Then I saw it. A giant poster. It was for a race, a kaiju race across the ocean from America to Japan, 1,000 kilometers long.
Godzilla's eyes lit up. This was it. This was the excitement he craved. Godzilla would win this race. He would be the fastest kaiju ever. Godzilla test of strength, speed, and endurance. Godzilla, the king of monsters, was determined to show the world that he was the undisputed champion. He was ready to crush the competition, literally. His massive size and fiery breath were his greatest assets. As he prepared for the race, he could feel the ground tremble beneath his feet. The other competitors were no match for his sheer power and determination. Godzilla's eyes burned with a fierce intensity, and he let out a deafening roar that echoed through the mountains. He was a giant, fire-breathing lizard after all. His fiery breath could melt steel and turn the toughest opponents into ashes. The Godzilla demonstrated his incredible abilities. The air was thick with anticipation, and everyone knew that this race was going to be legendary. But there was a problem, a big metallic problem. Just as Godzilla was about to take his place at the starting line, a shadow loomed over him. It was Mechagodzilla, his mechanical doppelganger. Built to rival Godzilla in every way, Mechagodzilla was a formidable opponent. Its metallic body gleamed in the sunlight, and its eyes glowed with a menacing red light.
Standing at the starting line was another Godzilla. Well, not exactly. This was a high-tech robotic version of the king of monsters. Mechagodzilla was designed to be faster, stronger, and more resilient than the original. The crowd gasped as the two titans faced off, each one determined to outdo the other.
It was Mechagodzilla, a giant robotic Godzilla. Created by scientists to counter Godzilla's immense power, Mechagodzilla was equipped with advanced weaponry and state-of-the-art technology. Its presence added a new level of excitement and tension to the race. The spectators could hardly contain their excitement as they waited for the race to begin. Mechagodzilla looked at Godzilla with glowing red eyes. The two giants locked eyes and the air crackled with electricity. It was a showdown of epic proportions, and neither was willing to back down. The tension was palpable and the crowd held its breath in anticipation.
"I will win, Godzilla." Mechagodzilla's voice was cold and mechanical, devoid of any emotion. It was a stark contrast to Godzilla's primal roars. The challenge was clear, and Godzilla knew that this race was not just about speed, it was a battle of wills. "I am superior in every way." Mechagodzilla's boast echoed through the arena, and the crowd murmured in agreement. The robotic titan's confidence was unshakable, and it seemed certain of its victory. But Godzilla was not one to be underestimated. He had faced countless adversaries and emerged victorious every time.
Godzilla just scoffed. He had heard such boasts before and they never fazed him. His confidence was rooted in his experience and raw power. He knew that actions spoke louder than words, and he was ready to prove himself once again. This was going to be fun. The stage was set for an epic showdown, and the world watched with bated breath. Godzilla and Mechagodzilla, two titans of unimaginable power, were about to engage in a race that would go down in history. The excitement was palpable, and everyone knew that they were about to witness something truly extraordinary. The starting horn blared, echoing through the air like a call to arms. The anticipation was palpable, and the energy was electric. Everyone knew this was going to be a race for the ages. Kaiju from all over the world roared and charged forward with a ferocity that shook the ground. These were not just any creatures, they were legends in their own right, each with a story of power and might.
Godzilla and Mechagodzilla took off with a burst of speed that left the crowd in awe. Their rivalry was well known, and today it was on full display. The tension between them was almost tangible. They were neck and neck, each pushing their limits. The race was on.
They swam across oceans with powerful strokes and climbed over mountains with sheer determination. Each obstacle was a testament to their incredible strength and endurance. It was a crazy, messy, and totally awesome race. The chaos was part of the thrill, and the unpredictability kept everyone on the edge of their seats. No one knew what would happen next. Godzilla was having a blast. Despite the fierce competition, he couldn't help but enjoy the sheer exhilaration of the race. His joy was infectious, spreading to everyone watching. He breathed fire into the air, a display of his raw power and excitement. The flames danced in the sky, adding to the spectacle of the event. He smashed buildings with his tail, each swing a reminder of his immense strength. The destruction was both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a true testament to his might. He even did a little dance when he thought no one was looking. It was a rare moment of lightheartedness in the midst of the chaos, showing that even the mightiest of creatures could have a playful side. But Mechagodzilla was not playing fair. He shot lasers from his eyes, tripping up other kaiju. He flew ahead using rockets hidden in his feet. He even cheated at a swimming portion by transforming into a submarine.
Hey, no cheating!
But Mechagodzilla just laughed. His metallic laughter echoed across the landscape.
Rules are for losers, Godzilla. I will win at any cost.
Godzilla knew he had to do something. Mechagodzilla was ruining the race for everyone.
I need a plan, a way to stop Mechagodzilla's cheating ways.
Godzilla thought hard. Suddenly he had an idea. A ridiculous, crazy, brilliant idea. He pulled out his giant smartphone. He had saved the number just in case.
All right, let's see if this works.
He dialed the number. It rang and rang. Finally, someone answered.
Hello? Squid Game VIP hotline, how can we help?
Godzilla grinned. It was time to make a special request.
Yeah, hi, I'm in the middle of a very important race and there's this robot dude who keeps cheating.
He explained loudly.
Sir, this is the Squid Game VIP line. We deal with life or death competitions, not...
Look, this robot is ruining everything. He's shooting lasers, flying, even turning into a submarine. Just send someone to airlift him out of here, and I promise no hard feelings, okay?
There was a moment of silence, then a muffled,
Fine, but this is ridiculous.
Suddenly, a giant claw descended from the sky and grabbed Mechagodzilla.
This is not over, Godzilla.
Mechagodzilla screamed in protest as he was carried away.
Gosh, that was one way to deal with a cheater.
With Mechagodzilla gone, the race was back on. Godzilla, energized by the chaos, surged forward. He was going to win this thing fair and square. The finish line was in sight. Godzilla's massive feet pounded the ground, each step echoing like thunder. The crowd's cheers grew louder, a cacophony of excitement and anticipation. He could feel the energy of the spectators, their eyes glued to his every move. The finish line, a mere 100 meters away, seemed to beckon him forward, urging him to give it his all. Mount Fuji loomed in the distance, the symbol of Japan. Its majestic peak stood tall, a silent witness to the epic race unfolding below. The mountain, with its snow-capped summit, had seen countless events over the centuries, but today, it bore witness to something truly extraordinary. Godzilla, the king of the monsters, was on the verge of making history. Godzilla poured on the speed, his muscles rippled with power, and his determination was palpable. Every fiber of his being was focused on one goal: victory. The ground trembled beneath his weight, and the air seemed to buzz with his sheer force of will. He was a force of nature, unstoppable and relentless. He could see the finish line. It was so close, just a few more strides. His eyes, filled with fierce determination, locked onto the banner that marked the end of the race. The world around him seemed to blur, and all he could see was that line, the line that would signify his triumph. He was going to win. The realization hit him like a tidal wave. All the training, the effort, the countless hours of preparation, it was all about to pay off. The crowd's roar was deafening, a symphony of support and admiration. He could feel their excitement, their belief in him. this was his moment. He crossed the finish line with a ground-shaking thud. The crowd roared. Confetti rained down. Godzilla had done it. The ground beneath him seemed to vibrate with the collective energy of the spectators. The air was filled with the sound of celebration, and the sky was a kaleidoscope of colors as confetti fluttered down like a gentle snowfall. Godzilla, the mighty titan, had achieved the impossible. He had won the Kaiju Cross-Continent Marathon. The trophy, a symbol of his hard-earned victory, gleamed in his massive hands. The finish line, now behind him, was a testament to his incredible journey. He had faced countless challenges, but he had emerged victorious. This was a moment that would be remembered for ages. He raised his arms in victory, letting out a triumphant roar. The sound echoed across the landscape, a declaration of his dominance. His roar was a symphony of triumph, a testament to his strength and perseverance. The crowd responded with an even louder cheer, their admiration for the mighty Godzilla evident in their eyes. This was the best day of his life. He was the champion. The joy he felt was indescribable. The crowd's cheers, the confetti, the trophy, it all felt like a dream. But it was real. He had done it. He had proven to the world that he was not just a monster, but a champion. This was a day he would cherish forever. Wait, what was that noise? Amidst the celebration, a strange sound caught his attention. It was faint at first, but it grew louder, more insistent. Godzilla turned his head, his eyes narrowing as he tried to pinpoint the source. The crowd's cheers began to fade, replaced by a growing sense of unease. What could it be? A new challenge? Another competitor? The answer remained elusive, but one thing was certain: Godzilla's journey was far from over. The same giant claw from before descended from the sky. It was heading straight for Godzilla. He watched in confusion as the claw opened, its shadow engulfing him.
Hold on, I won, didn't I?
The person in the red jumpsuit operating the claw just shrugged.
The client didn't specify.
And with that, Godzilla, the newly crowned champion of the Kaiju Cross-Continent Marathon, was whisked away to parts unknown. Maybe he should have read the fine